Good afternoon, Harni.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, how are you? Give me a brief idea. कैसे हैं आप?
I'm just doing good after the results.
How? You got the rank 177, right?
Yes, sir, 177.
And this was your second attempt.
Yes, sir, this was my second attempt. Yes.
Great, congratulations. So much happy you scored these very good ranks in second attempt itself. Congratulations
Yes, sir,
for you. How you are feeling?
Thank
Like how is the phase after results and before results? Can you give a brief idea on this?
Yes, sir. I am first of all thankful to God
Okay.
that the name at least landed in the list, and the rank is also very good.
Okay.
Before the preparation, there are lots of doubts in the mind about the uncertainty of the future. But after the result, now everyone is happy, and I am also pumped, at least for some time. So that is a change of mood.
Okay, so when you started the preparation journey?
Sir, I started the preparation in 2020, I would say October, November, just after my BTech.
Okay, 2020 October you started the preparation.
Yes.
ठीक है. You have done graduation in
electrical engineering.
Electrical engineering. Still your optional was anthropology, I guess, right?
Yes, sir, my optional was anthropology.
ठीक है. So this was your second attempt. First attempt you already attempted the interview.
Yes, sir, I got till the interview.
So what was the major difference in this year attempt and last year attempt?
Sir, I was able to perform, I would say, better both in mains and in interview part, and hence the little bit of my marks and finally getting landed in the lists.
Okay, mains may you have done improvements. Speaking yours,
yes, sir.
Ethics, what program you have taken here at Kalam IAS?
Sir, I had taken the marks improvement program and the test series with Kalam IAS.
You have taken the marks improvement ethics program as well as the test series. You attended the workshop?
Yes, sir, I attended all of your workshop.
Okay. Can you give me a brief, like specific things we have discussed in workshop? Like for section here, we have discussed about a lot of frameworks, how to brainstorm on different ethics questions, different parts of the question, how to break around 10, 12 different frameworks we have discussed in the class. Did you use them or was it helpful? As a review, what will you say on this?
Sir, first of all, I would like to give a baseline. My last year ethics score was 194.
Okay.
And this year it jumped to 125.
125 marks. Okay.
So the 30 plus marks improvement, I would give the credit I would give mostly to Kalam IAS and the course done by yourself. Actually, ethics is not so difficult, but unless we approach it in a very structured way.
Okay.
Ethics is about structuring, and basically you have to have some frameworks so that you can manage the time and the quality of your answers as well.
Okay.
So before I went took your course, what I did learn was that I need to incorporate some differentiating elements in my answers.
Okay.
Like I need to have some quotations for almost every value that is given in the syllabus. I need to have some good quality diagrams, if possible, to add an edge to my answers. And then when I joined your course, I got more clarity. I will talk separately about section A and section B.
Okay.
First I will go for section B, the case study part.
Okay.
What I realized from your workshops and your notes is that the differentiating part in case studies is number one, the introduction and the conclusion, and second part, how are we going to handle the limitations of our answers?
Okay.
Because these things students ignore, and we mostly focus on like giving the pros and cons and writing very detailed steps. But that cannot fetch you good marks because this approach has inherent limitations. So as told by you, I modified my introductions of my case studies. I gave some concluding quotations in my case studies, and in the middle, to save time, like you had provided around, I guess, 10 model case study types.
10 different, I guess, themes, I guess.
Yes, themes, and that had more or less standard things. That saved me a lot of time, to be honest, because in my first attempt, I still remember the first case study I wrote was around 18 minutes. But ideally, you should not take more than 14 or 15 minutes. So this time around, I wrote my case studies in like 13-14 minutes. That saved me a lot of time for section A. And coming to section A, the questions have been becoming more complex and more tricky. Again, we need some sort of frameworks. Like we have the 3SC framework given by you. We have the CAB framework. We have the stakeholder framework, and we have the civil servant roles framework. But my favorite one is
approach also.
Yeah, life cycle approach. Yeah, but my favorite one is where you differentiated the points under 3 or 4 headings. Like first we give personal examples, then we give public examples, then we give work culture examples, and then we give applied examples. So, in my previous attempt, what I used to do, I only used to give examples from like one sphere, like only the public sphere, like talking. For example, if there is a question on integrity, I will talk about Sachin Tendulkar. I will talk about other civil servants. But now I have differentiated my examples in various fields. Like, for example, I would include examples from business. I will include examples from, I would say, environmentalism. More than that, you taught us how we can use different books, different movies. That actually adds some edge to our answer. And regarding the analysis and the breakdown of the question, I would say last time I lacked the holistic approach for an answer writing. Like for example, if a question asks to give a view on a quotation, like the quote-based questions, I would only either agree in favor or against. But this time around, I counted both the aspects and I tried to give my view also. For example, if they ask what is your view, then it becomes pertinent to say what my view was. So these things, small things, I made adjustments to, and not ironically, I would say, in your test series also, my maximum score was also 125, and in actual paper it has been 125.
Same marks you got here also.
Yeah, same mark, I would say, because one usually does not expect that. One says that if in mock test series you get 125, so maybe you can get around 105, 110. That is good enough. But when I saw my ethics marks, it's 125. I immediately went back to check my mock test paper, and I had got exactly 125 in the last one, I guess. So I would say the test series, like the face-to-face evaluation program given by Kalam IAS, one-on-one feedback.
I think how much session? 3-4 sessions we had, right?
Yes, sir. I guess.
And we were having like first I will evaluate your paper, then we will discuss what is issues, like that we were doing, right?
I think for first 2 tests we did the full analysis. After that, I did not read that much because I had some foundation to build on. So that was my feedback. I would say the course is also very affordable. I must not miss to mention that aspect. It is very affordable also compared to other platforms. And I would say the one-on-one contact given by you in this regard, and
I remember one thing in case study. I think I have given you this option of giving to little bit more stress on reasoning part. Like whatever decisions you take, write little bit more on, focus on reasons why you are taking this decision. On this aspect, we had a discussion, I guess.
Yes, sir. You had told that even if it is not asked, you must give the why of why are you choosing an answer.
Why element is too much of importance.
That is my complete feedback about the marks improvement program.
Or one MIB booklet was there. Do you use that or?
Yes, sir. Actually, the part where I mentioned that diagrams, some quotations, and the list of books, list of civil servants, and the list of movies, I actually took it from the MIB booklet of Kalam IAS. It is very concise, I guess 60-70 pages only.
60-70 pages.
Yeah, 60-70
but we are getting like too much feedback, so this is information overload. बहुत ज़्यादा examples दिया है, इतना की ज़रूरत नहीं. What is your take?
No, sir. I would say no. You actually need that because what happens is if you have lot of examples, it gives you maneuverability. Yes, it gives you a lot of maneuverability also because, for example, I would say one example can be used in multiple areas. But if you have examples from different areas, that can also be used in one area only. So, the flexibility of having multiple examples, and these examples can be used in other papers also, like GS3, GS2. So you can use these examples there also. And actually, these examples, I would say, we do not realize these examples can be used in interview also. These high quality examples can be used in your answers to make a difference, because in interview also we need some differentiating element about what we speak and how. So if we are able to correlate these things with names of big people, it creates a lasting impact on the interview panel also. So there is hidden value in the booklet that you do not realize at the outset.
How much your interview score is?
My interview score is 190.
Very good, very good. So any other programs you took at Kalam IAS?
Sir, with regards to this, I also took the essay improvement program also.
Okay. So anything else you want to add? Now prelims is coming up, like we have only 40-50 days. So you have any advice to like students who are approaching prelims?
Sir, I would say that one should be prepared for anything now. Because last time we have seen they have completely turned the paper on its head, and the elimination methods and other such things can be difficult.
Like CSAT is, a lot of students are like scared of CSAT.
Sir, they should be, because the cutoff, the fall in cutoff is mainly because of CSAT.
Because of CSAT.
And to be very honest, I am an engineer, but I also almost got caught up in the CSAT last time. Not because I was lazy or anything, but the paper, it was difficult. To be very
It was
honest,
like little bit beyond what is expected, I guess.
Yes, it is, but it was not normal. To be very honest, it was not normal. So I would say the next 40-45 days for students, they should be preparing. They should be prepared for anything. They should be revising their syllabus and practice more and more questions from wherever you can find, so that the little bit of guesswork that is required to get good marks in, I would say, prelims, one can achieve that. So if I'm allowed to give my example, in first attempt, I only attempted questions that I was 100% sure of.
Okay.
So in 2022, the cutoff was 88.22.
Okay.
I had attempted only 62 questions and I got 53 of them correct.
Okay.
And
so
by grace of God, no, sir, actually, that was the key. That was the mock keys. But when I checked my interview score, sorry, the prelim score, my score was also 88.22. The exact cutoff.
Okay.
So
23 May, what you did this time?
This time around, I had worked on my guesswork, like how we can guess better, like what we call as educated guess. So this time I attempted 99 questions.
Okay.
And my prelim score is almost 100 marks. Which is
like well above the cutoff, right?
One can be assured that, but without guesswork, I think it is very difficult unless you are some god or or some demigod to get good marks. You have to engage in guesswork, and that is actually what the UPSC wants. They don't want the people who can cram things up and just put it out there. They want someone who can do much more with very limited information. That sort of on-the-spot analysis or something like that is required. And that is a skill that is very hard to master. We can read multiple books, we can read single book multiple times, but the problem is that we are not able to apply that in the actual paper within the time limit. So that thing students need to practice in next 40-45 days, and I would like to tell that it is very doable. It is not some rocket science. It is just hardcore practice. Like if someone plays cricket, it is very difficult to time the ball initially. But once you get the habit of timing the ball, then it becomes easy. So that sort of approach should be followed by students. There are plethora of videos on YouTube, what to read and what not to read. I would not like to add to that clutter, and students should find their way. But this is one thing that is usually missing. We usually tell the students what to read, but we usually don't tell how to do it. So the how is important, and it depends from student to student how they are able to do it. That is my feedback.
One more last question. Like I recently when we talked to students, we so much of hear like an element of burnout. They are not able to like too much focus on study on a continuous basis, especially you are little bit longer in this preparation process. So did you gone through such a phase, or even though you are it's not too much long, but will be like, what is your take on it? How to handle this long preparation phase? Keep your motivation during this long phase. What is your take on this, or how you manage this challenge?
So the element of burnout is very persistent now, because I would say there is social media, there is household pressure, and everywhere you see, in every street you have some toppers, and we usually get demotivated by seeing them. Uh, I have not stayed very too long in this profession, but I would say I have dedicated like 3.5 years of my life, and consistently getting up every day, going for the targets every day, facing failures sometimes. Like I remember, last time the result was on 23rd of May, and the
Mhm,
prelims were on 28th May. So it was those 5 days were very difficult. But I would suggest that students should take some time for themselves. They should discuss with their parents. They should engage with their families. They should have some other activities like some sports, little bit of sports. Not,
mhm,
I would say, like going to the park for a walk, like
mhm,
working on their basic fitness, having good food, avoiding fast food, these sort of things. Enjoying music. If you had some hobby during school time or college days, give it a little bit of time. Like spend 1.5 hour daily on that. If somebody can manage that, it would like benefit a lot. Like I used to read extra books from study. For example, I have a great stack of books. I have recently read a book called Doglaban by
okay,
Ashley Grover. So that is
okay.
kind of
On what it is?
yeah.
Business.
It is on no, it is about his life story,
Okay,
like the crisis he is recently facing. It is
okay,
on that. Actually the topic was heading the title of the book was very funny, so I took it
okay.
there. So took it for that, just to read. So I like to read books sometimes to get my mind off. But before entering itself, we have to be very clear of our motivation, like why we are doing this. If
Mhm,
one is driven by power or authority, that thing will fade out eventually. Uh, why we are doing it should be important. That answer is unique to everyone. So, and there is a very good, I would say, an interview of a female topper. I don't recall the name. She had said in an interview. She had said in an interview post success, post the result, said uh, more than what you can study, it is more about the mental game that the exam plays with you.
mhm,
Uh, you will be pushed into a pit so deep that you can see the hell. But what you have to do is you have to rise from it, and then you truly become yourself. So that sort of thing happens. Unfortunately, I did not go down that extent because the previous result and the prelims came too close, and I did not have time to think about that much. But if I had not kept my cool during those 5 days, I
yeah,
probably would not be sitting here talking to you
right, right,
after
right.
that. So you have to keep just focus on daily goals, try to achieve them as much as can. You should not be oblivious that you are not able to cover up something. So uh, small effort every day, if we keep putting, we can have good results in long term. But the thing is, if we have a direction and if we are focused, eventually the results will come. Whatever the fate has written for you, that will have to go through the process. But when you are ready, the God will give you what you deserve.
Okay, okay. Take care, Harmeet. So on that note, we will wind up the session right now.
Okay, sir. So nice
So
of you to talk to you
thank you
for
so
long
so
time.
much. So after a little bit of time as well as so much of changes, we are having this face to face again.
Yes, we had during
So
our tests.
I'm having so much of cough and also that's why the sound is little bit down.
No
So,
problem. That is fine.
ठीक है, all the best. We will keep in contact. If there is something, let me know. If you are coming to Delhi, let me know. We have a meetup.
Sure,
Yeah.
sir. I'll let you know.
All the best. All the best. Thank you so much.